Welcome back on Gaming. This is Devin, and I just have a quick question before we even begin. Which one of these games, if you didn't already have on your shelf, would you rather have? First one here is Uncharted 4, A Thief's End, and then the second one here is the new Super Mario Brothers Wii. I do believe that the answer that everyone would have at first would be Uncharted 4, A Thief's End, just because overall it's probably a better game just in general. I mean, it's not the best Uncharted game, but it'll do. Then the other answer could be the new Super Mario Brothers Wii, just because this game is more valuable than Uncharted. If you go ahead and look at GameStop.com, it is on sale right now for $32.99 from $44.99. And then if you look it up on eBay right now for sold listings, you can get it for about $20 to $25. Uncharted on GameStop's website, it's $9.99, which pretty much means it's not worth anything. And then, of course, eBay sold listings 99 cents to $5. So, it's interesting looking at both those and looking at value there. Of course, that's not really surprising that the value of a Nintendo game is more. But the reason why I even bring this up is just because with everything, of course, going on lately, I would say that one of the biggest questions, especially having a Sony console, is when do you buy a PlayStation game? Do you have to buy it at launch, or do you just wait for it to be on sale eventually, or do you wait till it becomes part of the PlayStation Plus game catalog or one of the free months? And that's just because I've done some shorts in the past with how I bought the Hot Wheels game, and then 2 months later it became free. Read some of the comments of other people that have gotten burned very similarly to that. And it always stinks reading comments of other people that experience that same issue. And then with Nintendo, going back to Nintendo, you go ahead and look at the eShop for the 3DS and the Wii U, and all those games are full price. I mean, there's barely any games that are cheap on there. And especially when you held off till now to finally buy those games, and especially knowing that once a store shuts down, all those games are going to be very pricey, physical wise. But yeah, I mean, with all that going on and that, it sort of makes me wonder, when do you actually buy these PlayStation games? I mean, you have with Xbox, you have Game Pass, where pretty much you know if you need to buy a game or not. Then, of course, talking about Nintendo again, is that their games are never cheap. They're never, well, you can get them on sale sometimes, but they're never free with their online service. And besides, a free packing game, you can't really get them like that. And their values are very high afterwards even. Then right in the middle, which I personally think is sort of the worst situation here, is you have Sony with PlayStation Plus. So like I was saying, is that one of the games that I really wanted to purchase when it came out, which unfortunately I didn't, but luckily now I didn't, was Ghostwire. Now for March, I believe like a month later, you can get it on Game Catalog. And, you go ahead and look at games like God of War, one of the biggest games, the first one that was on PS4. You go ahead and look at Jedi Fallen Order. You go ahead and look at the original Spider-Man game. None of those games are worth anything, but they're all having sequels coming out pretty soon. I personally have bought in God of War Ragnarok, but I'm pretty sure that game will be free pretty soon. I mean, maybe not soon, but it will be free. The new Star Wars game will be probably free. The new Spider-Man game will probably even be free. I know, there's a difference there with that just because you get to spend so much more time with it. Right at that moment when it launched, you get to be part of the conversation in that. But I mean, it's hard. Just like I was saying with Ghostwire, I really wanted that game, but now, I'm glad I didn't spend $80 on it. And that's what I sort of see going like into the future here is that, do I really want to buy this game right now? Or do I just want to wait to where, I could play it for free eventually? I mean, we have Tears of the Kingdom coming out for the Nintendo Switch. I know if I buy that game day one, it's pretty much not going to change even when a new console comes out. or 10 years down the line. I know that if I buy that right at that moment, I'm not going to have buyer's regrets. But, let me know in the comments below if you feel the same way, hate getting burned, if you're unlucky like I have been with some games, or, if, I'm just crying about nothing here. But let me know in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you later. Bye.